What's up, everyone? It's day 52 of 75 Hard. I just finished my second workout of the day. I did my 45-minute outdoor workout, which once again consisted of a 40-pound ruck with 20 push-ups each lap. So I did a little over 2.25 miles with 140 push-ups. Just to add a little bit more to it because I don't consider walking as much of a good cardio workout, and you burn more calories obviously if you add in push-ups and get some blood flow to your chest. Last night, another simple night at work. This is definitely one of, if not the easiest jobs I've been a part of, and it pays the same either way, so I'm grateful for that. In fact, this job compared to the job where I was, what I told you, fired from when I was working across the street from the Dallas Cowboys football stadium, pays $175 more per day. So, like I said back then, good things come to those who work hard, and the better opportunities come whenever other doors close. So you can't just always fall back on yourself and feel down and get behind. So that's just evidence right there. And like you saw me, I didn't care. I took it the way it was. Just things happen, and that's just the way life goes. So grateful for this. The job's winding down though, so I will be off in the next probably 2 days. Today's October 18th, 2023. So Wednesday, probably be getting released on Friday. That'd be nice. I have I'll have like 2 weeks off possibly in between that time period, unless I get on a different job. But the job coming back to open these wells up, since they're fracking them now, they'll do the drill out, and then we'll come open them to production. They scheduled that for the second week in November. November 7th is the date, so they might move that up. We'll just see, and I might find something in between those 2 dates when I get off and when I go back. But if not, whatever. I'll use that time wisely at home, and I'll get to see Mackenzie more and go to her last 2 games. So other than that, like I said, easy night. Woke up this morning at 10. Got ready, went to the gym, and I did 35 minutes on the tread climber. Then I did another leg workout. If you remember, I've been hitting legs about every 2 to 3 days, and just to help develop them. And I'm planning on committing to that bodybuilding show. That's December 2nd. So, like I said, there's things you have to do to get ready for those shows that isn't gonna interrupt my 75 Hard or my diet or anything like that. That's all gonna stay the same. The workouts are gonna stay relatively the same. I'm still gonna be getting both of them in throughout the day. The diet, I mentioned yesterday how I'm going to be changing up my carb cycle, do carb cycling on my diet to, cut back on calories throughout the week. If that's not something you're getting ready for, like I'm trying to just drop more pounds, unless instructed by the person that's training you or coaching you, I suggest whatever diet you're on, you need to stick to that. That's part of what I read in 75 Hard yesterday. The book, the reading I had in that, part of it was that you need to commit to the diet that you picked when you started. I'm not trying to make excuses or compromises in the diet, but I'm making it more difficult than what it was. I'm cutting back on the food. So if you're going to try to alter things or substitute things, I suggest working with somebody that knows what they're talking about, or if you're doing it on your own, just sticking to what you picked when you started and then adjust it when you finish. I don't know why it would be a reason to fail necessarily the program if you are cutting back. I'm gonna read, maybe it'll say more as I read into it, but because I'm one of those people that looks at somebody that's doing this program, and you can just tell whether they are doing it right or not. They're not losing any weight, they look the same. It's day 75 and they look like day 1. You can just tell if somebody's doing it right, and also with their mindset. That's another way to tell. So I'm all about making sure it's done correctly and not making any excuses, and not being the type of person that's marking off days that would otherwise have been failed. So that's not me. I'm gonna hold my head high and know that whenever I get done with this, that I did what I could, or did everything that I was supposed to do, and I did it the best that I could. So I'm gonna keep going with that. In fact, as that bodybuilding show gets closer, I will be even cutting the carbs even lower to possibly 0 to 50 for just straight through. Probably the last 3-4 weeks even. So they're 6 weeks away. It's 6 weeks away on Saturday. So, I'll just do the carb cycle for 2 weeks, and then I'll most likely just cut back because, like I said, I got to drop the weight to get to the weight class that I want to be in, and see what happens. Other than that, no cravings really. I'm not really wanting anything. I just want to do everything perfectly. Whenever you set the standard for yourself as excellence being the lowest standard, you don't like none of the stuff that people are usually indulging in, including myself. I used to always just eat trash. I would go get Sour Patch Kids and Skittles or whatever kind of gummy candy. I would just every day most likely get something like that, and then add that on to whenever I was drinking it almost every day over a year ago, and for several years I'd be eating that candy and just whatever fried, whatever fast food trash. None of that stuff even like phases me anymore. There's sometimes whenever like maybe I'll want some Krispy Kreme donuts just because I'll see them when I'm walking through the store, and those ones at the store are disgusting, but like fresh ones from Krispy Kreme, those are good. I'm gonna start craving that if I keep talking about it, but not really. It would be good. I'm not gonna lie. Whenever I finished 75 hard the last time after the bodybuilding show, we were on our way to New Orleans for our cruise for Christmas last year, and we stopped at the Krispy Kreme somewhere around Dallas, and videoed myself. I ate a box of 12 glazed, and then I got Mackenzie like a 9-pack of the minis or whatever, and I ate the rest of those after she ate whatever she wanted. But anyways, enough about that. Like I said, diet's going good, no cravings, low appetite still, still just moving along. I expect that might change as I'm cutting back on the carbs, but we'll see, and it doesn't matter because I have a goal and I'm committed to it. The message I had today for you was that we all need to recognize whether our friends in our lives that we're associating with all the times and that we call our friends are actually our friends. We see it all the time where, you sleep in and you miss your workout, or you're supposed to go meet somebody for some certain thing, and like you don't make it, and you have these excuses because you didn't sleep good, or whatever your excuse is, and they just sympathize with you, and they hold your hand and they pat you on the back and tell you it's okay and you can go the next day. You need friends in your life that are going to hold you accountable. You need somebody that's going to tell you you're messing up and that you shouldn't have slept in, and you should have got up anyway, and you should have went to the workout anyways, and you should have ate right anyways, and treating yourself, telling yourself that you need to treat yourself for a weekend or a day or a meal or whatever the case is, and you're sitting there sabotaging yourself, damaging yourself, essentially making yourself worse off by those choices that you're making. If you don't have friends in your life that are going to call you out on that kind of stuff, what kind of friends do you have? Do you want the kind of friend that's going to, it's one thing to have somebody that's going to listen to you when you have things that you want to talk about, but if they're not offering solutions, if they're just telling you ways to just basically keep living your life the way that you want to, and blah blah blah, this hippie stuff, like why are you holding them? They're where they are, and they're okay with you being at the same place as them. They're not going to help push you further because that's not where they are. You want friends that are above where you are. And I'm not saying that people need to look down on each other and criticize each other without solutions. I do it all the time. If you spent your life, your whole life that I've known you, and it's been like 25 years, and you're 100 pounds overweight that entire time, you need somebody to call you out, because obviously nobody said anything to you, and none of the reasons in your life have been good enough of a reason to cut that off. So somebody's got to say something, or else you are going to live a shorter life. You're going to be unhealthy. You're going to be a societal burden because you're taking up resources from the medical field. You're costing taxpayers if you're getting these incentives and coverages from the government. I'm not going to get into that, but the main point is you need to have friends that hold you accountable and call you out on your BS, because the truth is, if nobody's going to do it, you're never going to do it for yourself. when was the last time you made a choice because you wanted to do something and not because somebody else encouraged you to do it? Because most likely it's been a long time, or if not ever. And when was the last time you set a goal and you felt the feeling of accomplishing it? Most likely it's been a long time, and a long time, so you don't even remember what it feels like. That feeling of accomplishing something whenever you set out to do it is unlike anything else. You know that you put in all that work and you achieved what you were trying to do, and then you know you can do it every time after that, no matter what gets in your way. You build that confidence in yourself, and that perseverance, and that self-belief, and that gratitude. You can't get that from sitting around on the couch watching football and eating chips and drinking beer. Yeah, I'm sure that feels comforting to you, but what kind of life is that? Average lives inspire nobody. You hear that? Nobody's inspired by an average life. Nobody wants to look at somebody that's average and think, wow, I want that life. Wow, I want what he has. His crappy car, his crappy house, his crappy broke pay life, like eating crappy food. Like, who wants that? And if that's you, I'm calling you out, because somebody needs to. You need to look in the mirror and recognize, and I'm sure you already do. You look in the mirror every single day. You see yourself. You can tell what you need to do and what you're not doing. It's simple. And if you keep looking at yourself, you hate the way you look every single day, you can't stand the way that you feel in the clothes that you're wearing, and all these things, and then you pass that along to your kids, and then it's just this long generational trauma that just spreads like wildfire. You need to recognize who you have in your life, and if they're not pushing you to be a better person, you need to find better friends and people that you can actually call friends. And appreciate all you guys following along and the support and the comments. If you're already doing the program, I encourage you to keep going, and I'm proud of you for starting to make a difference in your life, because it's not just a difference in your life, it's a difference in your life and everybody's life around you. Because when you set the standard and the example in your life, everybody sees that you're around, and that in turn encourages them to raise their standards. And if not, those people are just going to be where they are their whole lives. So shouldn't affect you. You keep inspiring. You know what Andy always says, personal excellence is the ultimate rebellion, because when you can control the things that you can control, and you take charge of your life, and you don't need any assistance from anything, that's when you're the most, powerful, for lack of a better word. You're in control. So if you're interested in starting the program and you haven't gotten all the details, you can go to episode 208 and listen to the Real AF podcast with Andy Frisella and learn all about the Live Hard and 75 Hard program, and commit to it, pick a diet, and start tomorrow. Quit waiting till these days, all these perfect days that never come, because obviously if they were going to come, you would have already started. And if you haven't, you can start now. You'll be done somewhere right around after New Year's. You don't need to indulge yourself on the holidays, but you can still participate and be present. You just don't have to eat the foods. I mean, it's not that hard. Do the workouts. Even whenever things are going on, you get outside and do your workout. People can look at you and see, well, why are you doing that? And you can tell them. You can give them, hope for what they have in their lives by seeing you do it, and then encourage them to do it as well. Because all in all, we all need to do it. Most of us, if not all of us, need to do it. So that's all I got for today. I'll be back tomorrow for day 53. Peace.